The issue, if you're going to be a great trainer, a great salesperson, a great athlete, a great parent, a great lover, you got to practice. Am I right? Look, anything that you want to master, you have to practice. You have to do it again and again. I mean, the bottom line is that, if you're an athlete, nobody thinks about it. I mean, you're going to go out and you're going to run and practice and drill and all that kind of stuff. But when it comes to all of a sudden we're going to get in front of a room and we're going to take on the number one fear, which is looking stupid in front of a group of people, try to get them to actually extract money from them in the process if we're going to sell something. Put all that on the line and try to wing it? I tell people, I say, well, I don't need to practice objections. I go, right. I said, so what's the biggest check you've ever received? Commission check. I said, I don't even want to hear it. Just write it down on a piece of paper. Okay, now multiply it by 10. How come you're not getting a check that big? You know why? Level of confidence only takes you to a certain level. You want to play with the big boys, it takes another level of confidence. Right? Look, I would like to play for the Philadelphia Eagles, but they're not calling me. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because I don't got what it takes to play in that league. Now, I don't want to. I mean, the truth is I probably don't want to. But the bottom line is wherever you're going, you've got to practice to get to that level. And I don't think it's a good idea to be practicing in front of live human beings that could be writing you checks. It's not a real intelligent place to be practicing. Everybody understand? Yes?
Yes.
Okay. That help? Okay, good. You're welcome. Thanks for the question. Yes?
I live in Washington, D.C.
There you go. Who else lives in Washington, D.C.? All right. Handled. Good. Got it? All right. So I don't want to hear that anymore. Okay, got it? Very good. Okay, good. So how many people have learned something so far from that session? Yes? Yes. Okay, good. So it's time for a break. But what we're going to do, we're going to take a 10-minute the toilets are fixed, yes? Yes. Okay, good. So we can do a 10-minute break. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a 10-minute break. We're going to come back. We're going to cover a couple other things. First of all, about how you're getting this formula. We'll work on this formula a little bit more too. Harv's going to work with you way more on in detail. I'm just trying to lay it out here for you. How many are getting a few distinctions here? Yes? Okay. To give you a little bit of how the rest of the day is going to go, is I want to also give you one piece that I think that most trainers totally miss. There are a lot of trainers out there that do games and activities and they make it interactive, but it falls flat because they don't understand this piece that I want to give you. This is a little piece. Even if you're not doing full-time training, but you run a team of any kind, the ability to get people to respond, learn quickly, move on without whining, moaning, and complaining. How many people would like that? Yeah. Okay, good. So that piece, I want to cover that piece after the break. We're going to cover one of the most powerful pieces, at least for me, in my personal development. If you want to go from where I went from in 1982 to where I am today, that's a long period of time. How many people would like to cut that in from, how many years is that? 22 years? Jeez Louise, man. 22 years. How many people would like to cut that down to a couple of hours? Okay, good. So I can't give you the whole thing in a couple of hours, but I can give you one of the core pieces. And we're going to cover that then. Tomorrow morning, we'll be here for a little while. And we're going to cover we're going to deal with how to handle really hot questions. Like when the room does go nuts with you. How many people would like to be able to handle that? Yeah. Now, I handle that. We go into that not because it'll happen to you, but that's everybody's worst nightmare. Right? Yeah. I mean, I told you the story, right? Yeah. So if you feel confident in being able to handle that, then chances are it won't happen. It's when you're terrified of it that it will come up. How many know what I'm talking about? Okay, good. So how many would like that piece? Yes? Okay, good. So that's a little bit about how we're going to go. You guys have been awesome. If you get the piece on practicing, I could stand here for another 20 days talking about that thing. But please, 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 even on the breaks, practice, practice, practice. You never know when you're going to have an opportunity to come up here. Okay? Everybody up? 10-minute break. Let's let it go. Ready? Ho!